The world is a battlefield, invisible yet brutal, where every moment tests your claim to power. Right now, someone weaker than you is winning, not because they're smarter, not because they're stronger, but because they wield certainty like a blade. They speak without a tremor, act without a pause, move as if the world owes them everything. And the world, blind to their flaws, bends to their will. You linger in the shadows of your own mind, overthinking, waiting for the perfect word, the flawless moment, the feeling that says, now. And in that pause, someone else claims what was yours: opportunities, respect, the throne you were meant to sit upon. Confidence isn't a gift, a trait, a soft glow of self-assurance. It's a weapon, cold and sharp, and if you don't wield it, someone else will cut you down with it. Machiavelli saw this centuries ago, in courts where kings bowed to shadows and silent men ruled empires. The bold seize the crown, even if their hands tremble in secret. The hesitant, no matter how brilliant, are left to watch, their potential a ghost haunting their inaction. This isn't about motivation or comfort, it's about control, about forging a presence so undeniable the world has no choice but to follow. This is your turning point. From this moment, hesitation is your enemy, and certainty is your armor. You'll learn to erase doubt, speak like a ruler, move like a man who expects obedience. Watch closely, because your weakness will no longer be tolerated. It will be burned away, replaced by a fire that reshapes the world around you. You weren't born weak. You were molded, sculpted by a lifetime of repetition, reward, and rules designed to keep you small. From childhood, you were taught to obey, to seek approval, to ask, "Is this okay?" with every step. That voice in your head, the one that hesitates, that questions your worth, that apologizes before you speak, it's not you. It's a servant, a loyal dog trained to flinch at judgment, to beg for permission, to shrink under scrutiny. It's the echo of a world that wants you compliant, predictable, safe. But safe men are tools, used until they break, discarded without a thought. Machiavelli didn't whisper, he commanded. He didn't wait to be understood, he acted, forcing others to scramble in his wake. He didn't ask for power, he seized it, because he knew those who ask are already kneeling. Your transformation begins with inversion, a rebellion against the servant within. When you want to shrink, you expand. When you want to explain, you pause, letting silence carry your weight. When you want to apologize, you stare, unflinching, letting your presence speak. Dangerous confidence isn't born from feeling ready. It is forged in doing what the servant fears most. You walk faster, your steps a declaration. You take up space, unapologetic. You stop nodding, stop softening your voice. Your words become decisions, not suggestions, each one landing like a stone in still water, rippling through the room. Confidence isn't a mindset, it's an identity carved in defiance, not against the world, but against the version of you that still begs to be liked. If it makes you small, kill it. A thought that shrinks you, a habit that weakens you, a person who dims your fire, cut them down without remorse. If it makes you hesitate, confront it head on. If it makes you doubt, deny it space in your mind. If it craves approval, laugh at its desperation. The world will tell you to be kind, polite, nice, but Machiavelli's truth cuts deeper. Nice men are pawns, used, replaced, forgotten. Powerful men aren't nice. They're precise, measured, controlled. They don't seek love. They command respect. This starts by slaughtering the voice that begs for acceptance, that whispers, "What will they think?" You don't need permission. You don't need validation. Because when that servant dies, a ruler awakens, one who doesn't ask for the throne, but takes it, because he knows it was always his. Powerful men don't announce their arrival with noise. They arrive with presence, a gravity that shifts the air, not through shouts, but through silence, stillness, a stare that makes others falter. Machiavelli saw this in the courts of power, where the quiet man in the corner, not the king, held the strings. Silence is control, a weapon sharper than words. Talking makes you predictable. Silence makes you a threat. When you enter a room, you don't seek approval or scan for acceptance. You observe, you absorb, you let others rush to prove themselves while you calculate. Your posture speaks before your voice. Shoulders back, movements slow, deliberate, like a predator who doesn't sprint until it's time to strike. Most men betray their weakness in their haste, talking too fast, interrupting, laughing nervously, desperate to impress. But you move like time bends to you, like the world waits for your next step. Your words carry finality, each sentence a verdict, not a plea. People don't challenge you, they adjust to you, calibrating their energy to match your calm. This isn't arrogance, it's certainty, a quiet declaration that you've already won. Words are not sounds, they're weapons, and most men wield them like children, begging to be heard. You hear it in their voices, the rising tone, the nervous laugh, the maybe. I think that screams apology for existing. That's not speech, it's surrender. Machiavelli knew power lies not in what you say, but how you say it. When you speak with certainty, people don't question your words. They submit to your conviction. They're not logical. They're emotional, swayed not by truth, but by the weight of your belief. A hesitant voice invites doubt. A certain one commands obedience. So how do you speak like a ruler? Slow, calm, final. Your words aren't open for debate. They're decrees. You don't need to speak often. The more you say, the more you risk being decoded, challenged, diminished. Speak less, mean more. Those are escape hatches for the weak. Say what you mean, leave it there, and let the silence that follows do the work. Silence after a strong statement is a dare, a challenge most won't take. Speak like the conversation ends with you, like your words are facts, not suggestions. That's how rulers speak, how generals command, how exiles reclaim their thrones. If challenged, don't defend, redirect. I disagree. That's incorrect. Then move on. You're not negotiating reality, you're defining it. Confidence without control is a facade. You can walk tall, speak well, carry yourself with authority, but if a single sentence can unravel you, you're exposed. Most men fail here. Their emotions a leash, others pull. A jab of disrespect and they react. A compliment and they soften. Silence and they spiral. True power is psychological invincibility, a mind that feels everything but acts only when it serves. Machiavelli didn't fear enemies, he feared dependency, emotional or otherwise. If others know what moves you, they know where to strike. So you become unreachable, not emotionless, but unshakable. An insult? You observe, extracting data. What do they want? What are they hiding? Praise? You analyze. Why now? What's their angle? Silence? Your mind is a fortress, not a public square. No one enters unless you allow it. Kill the need to be understood. It's the virus that makes you predictable. Kill the habit of reacting emotionally. Anger, doubt, desire are fuel, not masters. Rejection is not a wound, it's intelligence, a signal from the world revealing who underestimates you. Most see it as defeat. Machiavelli saw it as a map. That's not an insult, it's clarity. So you don't react, you evolve. Step 1. Never show pain. A flinch hands them victory. Your legend depends on your composure, so you make the room colder, your presence heavier. You weren't rejected, they disqualified themselves from your orbit. Step 2. Withdraw like a weapon. Absence amplifies value. Vanish without explanation and let them feel the void. While they wonder, you build, sharpening your edge, amplifying your worth. Step 3. Reframe the story. You weren't chasing, you were testing their discernment. They failed, proving they're blind to power. Step 4. Turn rejection into control. It's a filter showing you who's weak, who's irrelevant. Use it to refine your image, to become so undeniable they'll explain themselves when they say your name. Step 5. Return as a force. Not with revenge too emotional, but with presence so commanding they can't look away. Your success, silent and visible, is your reply. You don't need to reject them, you've outgrown their reach. This isn't about confidence, it's about dominance, mental, emotional, absolute. You've killed the servant within, the one who hesitated, who sought approval, who waited to be chosen. You've built a ruler, one who speaks with finality, moves with certainty, and lives beyond the need for validation. You don't fit in, you reshape the world around you. Your silence is a command, your presence a verdict. They can't provoke you, tempt you, shake you, because you belong to no one. If this burns in your chest, if you're done waiting, comment, "I choose dominance over doubt." Subscribe if you're ready to become the man they can't predict, can't control, can't forget. This isn't self-help, it's war, and you've just become a weapon. Who would you be if you never hesitated again? Step into that fire and let the world feel your weight.